So I just came in here in the office and we have the thing set to 60 degrees, but I'm cold. So I'm kind of second guessing the fact that I came back in here. I got off work and I ate supper and watched a couple episodes, I think. Maybe it was just one, the rest of one. I'm so cold. My stomach has goosebumps. It's cold. It's like 7, close to 8. I didn't work out today. Anyway, before I get into all that, it's cold in here, and because of our, I don't know if I mentioned in the last video. I know I mentioned, I just finished editing that. I'm sorry, by the way. It's now Thursday, and that was uploaded, it's going to be uploaded tonight, but that was shot. It was vlog. I did that vlog not yesterday, but last Wednesday. So behind. I had it up on my editor thing and just kept either forgetting or putting it off, being like, oh, I don't feel like doing that right now. I want to eat. I don't want to focus on doing this. I want to watch something while I'm eating. And then it didn't end up happening because I'd forget or whatever. And so there's that. But anyway, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last vlog, but and I don't think I did. You think I would remember whether I had or not since I just watched it. But because our electric bills are that one and another one that's due like the 7th or something is also $300 or 300 something. We have pretty much had our heating off, which wasn't too bad when we first turned it off because that weekend, was it this last weekend? Maybe? I don't know. Whatever weekend we turned it off, which might have been, no, this past weekend was the one before. I don't remember. I don't know. It was warm that weekend or whatever, and then it got cold. And so it's like freezing in our house when it's cold. We've turned the one in our room back on, and this one's on, but these windows that we have in here are not super good and insulated and stuff, so they don't keep the cold out really well. So even keeping it at 60, which isn't super warm, it doesn't stay warm. What is going on? What are you doing? Stop making noises. I heard a weird noise all of a sudden. Charlie. Okay, so there's that. Today, which is why I wanted to, partly because I edited the vlog, making me kind of want to vlog, and also because of what is happening today. It's a, you could say a historic day. Not Nintendo 64 wise, but Zelda wise. That's one of Brett's games. He has 64 stuff is Kirby. I don't even know what all he has. Pikachu, apparently. Hey You Pikachu. Yeah, I want to play those games. Anyway. That's all our systems that we have that we don't have hooked up. I have my PS1 kind of slid in there, right there. Anyway, so, as many of you, if you're at all know anything about gaming, like actual gaming, not like gaming on your phone type thing, not casual gaming, but if you know anything about the gaming world, or anybody that does know about the or like you know somebody that does know about the gaming world, then you probably know that as of midnight tonight, tonight's Thursday, so it's technically Friday that it's happening, that it's getting done, but midnight tonight they're releasing the new Zelda Breath of the Wild game, which is coming out for the Switch, which is also a new game, or a new system. It's also new, and the Switch, if you don't know, I'm not one of those people that's going to talk on and on about it and all the great aspects and color systems and specs, and I don't know any of that jazz, but I know enough that makes it cool enough for me, that it's a console game like like a Wii or an Xbox or something. It's not just like a DS type of system or like a Game Boy, but it's like a console game, but kind of like the Wii U. It has like a, I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, has like a handheld part thing that you use to play it, or at least part of one of the controllers is that that you can use to play the game. But you use that, but you can unhook that and take the handheld part with you when you go somewhere. So it's kind of like a console mixed with a DS type of game, like a handheld game. You can do both, and from what Brett said, the not specs, I don't think, but like the video type of, the way it looks, I can't remember what it's called, but the way the video looks is going to be a lot better than the kind of stuff that you would see in like a DS or something. So that's super cool. But it's coming out for the Switch, this new Zelda game. It's coming out for the Switch, and it's coming out for Wii U. So people who already have the Wii U, I mean, they're not obviously not going to be able to detach the Wii U and take that controller thing with them, because that's not how the Wii U works. But if you get the Switch, then you can do that with the Switch. If you have the Wii U, you can play it pretty much the same way, but it has to be on the system thing. Yeah. So there's that. I wouldn't know all this stuff. Probably wouldn't know the Switch was even coming out if it wasn't for my husband, who has been hearing about at least the game. I don't know about the system, but at least the Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, has been hearing about that coming out since 2012. So like 5 years. 5 years, or going on 5 years. He's been hearing that they're like working on it and stuff. And so, being a gamer and a big Zelda fan, as you can probably imagine, somebody that's both a gamer and a Zelda fan and has been waiting on this specific game for 5 years, he's pretty excited. So he had, a week or so ago, maybe last week sometime, we went to GameStop and he wanted to pre-order the Switch, he wanted to pre-order the Switch and the game for the Switch, but they didn't have any more pre-orders left for the Switch, so he pre-ordered it for the Wii U, because there's no use getting the game for the Switch if you don't have this. Getting a game for a system that you don't have a system for. But it releases as of midnight tonight, which means that, like, if you pre-order the game, you can probably go and get it as of then. But also, they're going to have some of this. They're going to have one system at the release, not pre-ordered, but just selling at the release. And so Brett went a Switch system, and they had told Brett when he pre-ordered the Wii version of the game that if he happened to get his hands on a Switch, they would have no problem switching what his pre-order was, like which system his game was pre-ordered for. Like, he could switch from having a Wii U game to a Switch game. Switch to Switch. My niece is running. Because it's gold. That's kind of why it's running. I don't know why otherwise. Sorry. But anyway, he went there after work. I don't know when he got there, but I texted him a little after 5 when I was still at work. I didn't get off till 5:30 today. But I'll tell you all about my work situation. I might as well just sit down. I'll tell you all about my work situation in a second, but this is a big day as far as Switch stuff goes. So I texted him around 5 and asked him to feed the dog, and he told me that he couldn't because he was at GameStop in line, the first in line as of then. I don't know if he had just gotten in line, but he was the first in line at GameStop for when they released that. This is 5 o'clock that I'm texting him at, well, right now it's like almost 8, but when I texted him it was 5 o'clock, and they release at midnight, so it's like, I don't know, what's 7 hours that he was going to be there. And I'm like, okay, so he's going to be there till midnight. I know he's going to get the game, and then he's going to be playing the game, because you can't just get the game and go to bed. a game that you've waited on for 5 years, you can't just get it and then go to bed. Or I know he can't. So I was like, oh, that's nice. So you're going to be there until 12, and then you're just going to be up all night playing it and then have to go to work. Because he's going to work tomorrow, and I know he's not going to let himself have any sleep tonight playing the game. That's just a given. So they, I guess, let him inside because it's cold outside, and they told him that, I mean, obviously he was the first one there. He's going to have the first one to be available, like the first one to have the option of buying the Switch, and that's what he wants. So they told him, I guess, that they were going to tell everybody else that there just weren't any more Switches. Which obviously, if they're giving the only one they have to him, it's true. So, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. It's going to be long. Whatevs. So, he's there. Long story short. He's at GameStop right now, inside, playing on his phone or whatever. I hope his phone doesn't die before midnight because he's going to be bored. Or maybe he'll talk to the people. I don't know. But he's going to get the Switch, which is $300, according to him. And he's going to get the new Zelda game, which is $60. So that's $360, probably plus tax, I would assume, that he's spending tonight. But me, lately at work, the thing that's been happening, the most recent thing is that they wouldn't be there yet. They're flying in at 10:30. But the grandparents that were there when I first started my job for a couple weeks, they're coming for a couple weeks. Again, I guess they come every couple months, which is just so exciting. Not amused. I get along with them. That's great. But it's just a matter of, like, the idea of, especially now that I've got my own system and I like being there by myself and being with him by myself and stuff, having them there, I feel like it's, like I told Brett, it'll be kind of like, which you guys, if you're not teachers, I don't know, say you're at work and your boss sits in on you doing your job for a day, to observe and make notes and, like, change things, like, decide how well you're doing. I feel like it's going to be like that, except it's not just a day. It's, like, a couple weeks. Tomorrow is the 3rd, March 3rd. Oh, my thing's almost done saving. Tomorrow is March 3rd, and they're going to be there until, like, the 17th. So, there's that. The good news is, the week after that, the 20th through the 24th, they're going on vacation. Like, the people that I work for, they're going on vacation. And so, I don't have to work for a whole week. That's pretty awesome. But anyway, aside from the grandparents coming, recently the mom had a talk with me, and I don't do good with confrontation. If somebody's criticizing me over my job or something that I did school-wise or whatever, as far as that goes, if they sit down with me one-on-one in, like, a kind of a closed setting and talk to me about what I'm doing wrong, it just happens. The tears, they just come, they fall down. I can't talk because I'm doing that. It's not a good situation. So anyway, of course this happened. She had this talk with me, kind of saying, and I knew that I was kind of wrong, I guess, but talking about how I need to actually, she said that they had hired me with the assumption or with the intention or whatever of me kind of being like a nanny for him, and, like, kind of teaching him and stuff and having, like, structured stuff because I have this early childhood education degree, which I think a lot of people assume early childhood education means, like, 1 to 5 or 6 years old, which actually, my degree is for, like, pre-K, which is, like, maybe, like, preschool, but, like, I don't know what pre-K is, somewhere between preschool and kindergarten, from that up until 3rd grade. So technically, like, 1 or 2 year olds don't fit that area. But anyway, I digress. So she's like, we hired you with the intention or the thought that you would be doing more structured things with him and kind of having him learn. And if we wanted a babysitter, like we could have a babysitter for like date nights and stuff, but for somebody that's going to be there so like all week, we expect them to be like teaching him and stuff. So yeah, there's that. So of course her telling me this and like it felt intense, and she's intense, and she was speaking in a soft, like a nice voice. She wasn't like yelling or anything, but she's just she's an intense person and not as easy to talk to. She's kind of intimidating. So of course the tears came, and I couldn't really say much for my end because I didn't want to be like, well, I type thing, or like be like talk and cry talk. And so there wasn't a whole lot I could say. And like the stuff that I did say sounded like I was like crying because I was saying it, or because I was upset about whatever it was I was saying. It's just that I was already crying, and so it was hard to say anything else, and it was a big mess. I think Charlie's trying to get in. So that wasn't good. But since then, like starting this week, that was last Thursday, I think, so like a week ago, and she's like, no, I'll just have you can have tomorrow, Monday, we'll plan on you starting that on Monday. And I was like, okay. So luckily I ended up being able to leave not too long after that, because I just couldn't stop. I had to like keep forcing myself not to cry even after we were done with the conversation. It was not good. So I planned out all of this week. I did like this past Sunday I did Mondays, but then Monday on my, I keep wanting to say break, but when he was taking a nap, when Elle was taking a nap, I wrote down the plans for the rest of the week, and the basic schedule, Wednesdays and Thursdays are a little off because story time at the library, but I'm trying to do an outing every day, some kind of outing, like take him somewhere, which also one thing, I mean, it helps time-wise, and it helps to like get out of the house, but it also helps as far as like I get paid for any miles that I drive him. And so I was adding up the time, not counting tomorrow, or no, I think it's not counting tomorrow. I think it's going to be like 46 or something. Or maybe it's counting tomorrow. It's like 46 miles. And I get cash for like every 2 weeks. When I get paid, I get cash for the miles. So that's pretty awesome. So that's going to be great. But anyway, the schedule, I won't count Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not going to tell you every little variation of the schedule. But it's pretty much like I get them up, and first we do like story time and work on letters, which this week I've been writing out block letters on this big pad of paper that they have at their house. 7 block letters Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then like 5 today, which adds up to the 26. And each day during the letter time I have him color the page and like the letters and stuff on the page, which he's not quite 2 yet. He'll be 2 this month on the 17th. He's not able to really color in the letters, like color inside the letters, inside the lines, like at all, but it'll be fun to watch that process. But anyway, that's what we did this week as far as that goes. So we did that, and then have breakfast, and then I have 3 things that I switch. I do 2 of the 3 things a day, and kind of circulate through the 3. I think that's different variations of the 3 things, but I do colors, numbers, and shapes. And I kind of like, I'll do colors and numbers a day, and then numbers and shapes the next day, and circulate through there each day, and kind of do something with those. I'm going to try to do a little more structure with those next week, but just try to think of what I had to work with and go with that. I tried to kind of work on him holding up numbers this week, but I'm going to have to really continue to work on that because he's not very far in there. Also, side note, he can count to 10 and he can sing his ABCs. You're welcome. The ABCs part is partially because I sing him the ABCs 3 times to put him down for nap. every time I put him down for nap, just because it's a good thing to, it's an easy thing to sing, and it's good that he learns it, and I'm glad that he kind of did. He doesn't know the letters individually, but he knows the song, and that's exciting. So anyway, we do the colors, numbers, shapes thing, and then that's usually from like 10:30 to 11 after breakfast. It's like 10 to 10:30, and then 10:30 to 11 is the shape color thing. And then from 11 to 12, I take him to, like, on an outing, like to the park or to High Banks or wherever. And then High Banks is like a metro park thing that has a playground and trails and an inside building, which is good for when it's cold. It's like one of the few places I can go, that in the library, when it's cold. So there's that. Then we come back, and between 12 and 12:30, we do music stuff, so either nursery rhymes or like with instruments. He has like a drum and he has a maraca or whatever, and pick some kind of music and do instruments with it, or do like nursery rhymes, and I try to do motions with him. And then 12:30 to 1, he has lunch, and then 1 to 1:45, I'm kind of changing it a little bit, but 1 to 1:45 we do flashcards and puzzles. And he only has 3 puzzles, so that's going to get old fast. It's already 32, but flashcards, I've kind of marked down how many. He has 3 different sets of flashcards, and they each have 16 cards in them. And so the last couple days, I've written down, I think Tuesday, yesterday, and today, so I guess 3 days so far, I've written down how many out of the 16 he got in each set. Which today was the best out of, or well, 2 of the sets he got 15 out of 16 today, and the other one he got 14 out of 16, which is pretty good, because the one that he got 14 out of 16 on, the last 2 days he had 10 out of 16, so I'm pretty excited. That was things that go, so it's like different vehicles and stuff. So yeah, we work on those, and then I might kind of, like I might end up making that for like a half hour unless it goes over. Making it like a half hour-ish, so like 1 to 1:30, and then the last 15 minutes before 1:45, like 1:30 to 1:45, would be like reading stories or something, kind of winding down. But then 1:45, I start getting ready for nap, and then I lay him down for nap, which is usually like 10 till or 5 till, depending, probably 10 till by the time I get him down. We have a little series of things we go through, like changing his diaper and closing the blinds and stuff before I lay him down, and then I sit in the chair and sing him ABCs till he falls, 3 times, and then sit there till he falls asleep. And then I go down and do my own thing. And after he wakes up, I put that I do like the other of the 3 things that I circulate through earlier in the day, like colors, shapes, and numbers. And I said that I do 2 of the 3 every day, and so I can work on the 3rd of those 3. That's not my middle finger, that's my second to last finger. I do the 3rd of the 3, I could do when he wakes up from nap, or just have free time for him. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. I would update you a little bit, get you caught up. I'll see you